In the case of ABS-CBN, the law says your privilege to engage in the business of mass media broadcasting will end on May 4, 2020, period. Alam mo, Mr. Committee Chairman, hindi ko maintindihan, ano ba ang urgency nung prangkisa na ibibigay sa sa ABS-CBN? Tapos na yung termino nila. Negosyo, dapat hihinto. Ngayon, ang urgency ba niyan ay dahil kailangan malaman ng ating mga kababayan ang nangyayari sa ating bansa? My God! The nooks and corners of this republic is rich, not by television but by radio. Our people know what's going on all over the country because of radio. More than ABS, CBN, and GMA7, or PDP, or the government station, or all the other TV stations. So the question of communication and information is not an issue. The issue here is we must comply with the Constitution. We must comply with the laws. We must follow the rule of law in the country so that wag naman parang linalaro. The franchise of ABS-CBN is a law. And that law describes the privileges, the businesses, the activities, and the powers that the franchisee can exercise. And that law also circumscribes or establishes the limiting date when the privilege can be exercised by the grantee. In the case of ABS-CBN, the law says your privilege to engage in the business of mass media broadcasting will end on May 4, 2020, period. It cannot go beyond that, and everything must stop. Congress must exercise the power of legislation either to terminate it really as it has been terminated by the law itself or extend it. No other power in our government has the right to extend it a minute or a second. The law must be obeyed, the Constitution must be enforced against anybody in this country.
Senator, you mentioned earlier that you have doubts on this provisional franchise. Can you elaborate further on those doubts?
There must be a certain degree of permanence of any legislative action. It cannot be ad hoc. You are not a delegated power like NTC that you can exercise quasi-judicial power or quasi-legislative power through rulemaking power that Congress delegates to you. Congress must enact a law, and that law must be complete in every respect. Well, if Congress can grant a temporary franchise, what is the impelling or compelling reason for Congress not to grant a permanent franchise with a reasonable period of 25 years? Why don't you, if you think that there is a national emergency, why don't you ask President Duterte to certify the bill so that you can shorten the period of deliberations?